The Detroit Lions complete their 53-man roster. We are less than 10 days away from the Detroit Lions kickoff against the Green Bay Packers. And even though Green Bay traded for Micah Parsons, they still suck. Pick up your shirts on fandrivenbrand.com. You can see the link in below this video. Let's take a look at the Detroit Lions Twitter account. Says the Lions have been assigned safety Thomas Harper via waivers from the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I'm a bit confused as to what took this so long. Today is Friday. Cut down had to happen by Tuesday at 4 o'clock, which was 3 days ago. And then Wednesday, the Lions, we heard of these claims and such. We wind up taking a couple guys Wednesday night. We signed another person to the practice squad that we'll talk about in a later video. And then we come out that we claim this guy. So I don't know how that worked with it being so delayed, what exactly that means. But what it does mean is that the 53-man roster is now complete. And this is another undrafted individual. So that means that the last 3 spots on our roster are 2 of them are undrafted, and one of them was taken in the 4th round. Ironically, just 30 or so spots, 34 spots to be exact, after the 96th pick in the 2023 NFL draft. It's going to take me a while to get past that because it's been an ongoing joke for so long. But let's take a look at Thomas Harper stats coming out of Notre Dame last season. He had 13 solo tackles, 2 pass defended, and 1 interception. Now, when we look at this guy, when we look at his stats, we look at his draft prospect profile, and we see that the Lions claimed him, then I think that that tells you he is going to be on the roster. Like, this is a actual thing. He's not going to get waived or anything like that later. This guy is going to stick around for quite some time. In 2024, check out his stats. Played 15 games, had 26 total tackles. 13 of them were by himself. 13 of them were assisted. Had the nerve to have just as many sacks as Marcus Davenport, which is insane, and wind up having 1 forced fumble, 1 interception returned for 14 yards. So this guy is not a throwaway individual. And like I said, the fact that the Detroit Lions have claimed him, it must have been something that they saw. I'm again wondering what took so long for this to come out. So it is kind of weird how that happened, but I think that this guy, I think the 3 people that we signed, that we claimed, or the NFL calls it assigned, we put in a waiver claim for, are going to be on the team when we start the 53. And you know what that means? That all but confirms, in my opinion, that Zadarius Smith, based off of Brad Holmes' comments, the fact that we do not have any spots. Of course, we can always waive somebody a little bit later, but now the practice squad is full and the Detroit Lions 53-man roster is full. So Zadarius Smith, I think it's over for him returning to Detroit. Unless one of these sides budge. I mean, there's a lot keeping Zadarius here, but with the way it is now, we would have to waive somebody on a 53-man roster. It's possible, couple undrafted guys. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility, but between what Brad Holmes said and where we are now with the complete 53, I don't see it happening anytime soon, if at all. But let's take a look at his draft prospect profile. He is 5'10", so he is on the shorter side, $189. His prospect grade, so check this out, is average backup or special teamer. So this is not a bottom of the roster practice squad guy if he was graded a little bit lower, right? So just pay attention to that. The fact that he started as many or he played as many games as he did, the fact that the Lions claimed him or were assigned him, and now if you look at this, you can see that he's probably going to be sticking around. This is now our 5th safety that we have on the roster. Lance had him a 7th round pick or priority free agent, aka an undrafted free agent, and that's exactly what he was. Let's take a look at his overview. Says nickel cornerback with the traits and toughness for consideration as a fill-in safety as needed. I am very intrigued to know what his coverage skills are, because that's when you get past Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, the coverage grade, like the coverage of these guys, it leaves a lot to be desired. Harper's only season as a starter came in his single year at Notre Dame, but he looked capable in his role. He's tenacious in coverage. Well, there you go. And as a run defender, he has above average explosiveness and the ability to make up ground when needed. He stays hyper-focused on his man in coverage and lacks ideal balance and length to make plays on the football. Harper needs work in both man and zone coverage, but he has the traits, toughness, and upside to have a chance once he gets into camp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why he is on the team. This half a sentence right here is why he is on the Detroit Lions roster. I am very curious to know what he is going to look like. Let's take a look at some of his strength. Says, showed impressive speed and explosiveness at his pro day, shined against USC with smothering slot coverage, sudden burst to close out route separation, plays with downhill striking mindset against the run, latches onto ball carriers' legs with quality force. Okay, then. Weaknesses: only 1 year of starting experience in college, small stall triggering with route break when flat-footed, too much face guarding, not enough finding the football, so that means pass interference. Tight hips cause him to lose ground tracing route turns. Arm size are short and ball production is slim. So again, the Detroit Lions, we know why he's on the team. And he was claimed, so that means he has to go on the 53-man roster, at least for now, until the Detroit Lions were to waive him. The second of three. You know what? So what I'm seeing now from the Detroit Lions is they are very, very fine. Like they're okay with the way that their roster is constructed. Brad Holmes said this is the best roster since he has been the general manager of the Detroit Lions. Okay, all right. I haven't really looked at it. I'm focused on one position, but I will say that our secondary is top tier. Our linebacker group is pretty good, and that defensive line has massive potential. But we saw what happens when the elite pass rusher that we have gets hurt. Hopefully, we don't have to deal with that again. Hopefully, he doesn't get worn out, and hopefully, the guys that are on the line with him, all of them, can help him. We're talking about 4 to 5 sacks from Reader, 4 to 5 sacks from Tyleek, and 9+ for Marcus Davenport. It can't be all on Aiden Hutchinson. A lot of you guys in the comment section feel like we are going to begin to blitz a ton. I think we blitzed quite a bit in some of the preseason games. I'm hoping that is not the case, because that is going to leave the middle of the field wide open. If you blitz, you bring 5, 6, 7. You can't get there. The middle of the field going to be wide open, and then it's going to leave your secondary to make a play. Right? So we'll see how this happens. The Detroit Lions roster is now complete. They have filled their last spot with an undrafted player that spent a lot of time with the Raiders last year, played some meaningful. I mean, he made an impact, right? He did more than the 96th pick in the 2023 NFL draft. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. Roster is set. It is complete. Both sides, the practice squad and the 53. So our roster right now is capped out at 69, and we are there. So here's something that's curious as well. When it comes to Hassanin, you guys know that Brad Holmes said that he is going to come back. Like, he all but promised it, that he is going to return. I'm very curious to know how they're going to do that, because they haven't announced anything yet. So he would have to be, like, currently he's not on the roster. So he would have to be added to the roster to be put on IR, right? You can't put, like, right now he's not on the team. So we waived him, right? So are we just going to wait it out, or are we going to bring him in, place him on IR, and then go from there? It looks like the Detroit Lions are going to just wait it out. But then they have to wait that additional 3 weeks after, if he returns to us, then, because we did the injury settlement, so we got to wait that 10. So I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to bring him to the roster just to wind up putting him on IR, because they would have done that already. So anyway, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We didn't go after Justin Simmons. He is still not on the team either. So the Lions have what they have, and we'll go from there. We will go from there, man, and see what these guys can bring. Is it truly the best roster that we've had since Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes have taken over? Just a couple of updates, so don't check out just yet. We are going to be having another piece of merchandise that will be on sale. It'll go on sale in about 2 weeks, so you guys can get it in enough time for October. And that is going to be, I'll have a picture when the design is final. That's going to be a cancer shirt. It's going to be pink. It's only going to be available. Well, okay, I take that back. The shirt is going to be the Lions Syndicate one, but the whatever is blue is going to be pink. I've always loved what they've done in October when they had the pink. Now they got several different colors, and they call it Crucial Catch. I forgot what it was called before, but I did like the pink. I would love to see the players wearing the pink, gloves and shoes and showing their support. So I'm going to bring that back, and it's only going to be available from the middle of September, and that's only so you guys can have it by October, and it's going to run through the 31st, and then it'll be discontinued until next year. We're going to do that, and I'll announce and let you know exactly how that's going to work when I hash out all the details. I appreciate you guys for making me currently still, even with my crash outs, as the kids say, still the #1 independent YouTube channel that talks Detroit Lions currently. So I'm gonna try to hold on to that as much as I can. I don't know how long I can do it, because you know how y'all feel. Y'all be tripping, man. Y'all be tripping, always in your feelings when it comes to me. You guys are awesome. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. It looks like I also am going to Green Bay. It's going to be a quick turnaround trip. If I got to pull over, take a nap or something in the car, that is going to happen. I do plan on vlogging that as well. I do have a GoPro that I don't use. I'm going to use that. I just cannot part ways with $1,000 right now. It just doesn't make sense to me to pay $1,000 for a camera that should be $750. And right now I can't justify it when I have this camera that I can use. All right. So vlogs hopefully coming soon. And yeah, I'm going to try to vlog my experience to Green Bay and all the other road games I go to. All right. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. And as Eminem says at the end of his songs when he was Slim Shady, I'm just playing, y'all. You know I love you.